Hi, welcome to part 2 of the Sikhism Professor PowerPoint video that goes with the Sikhism PowerPoint that is under course content. Okay, so obviously the main work is the Adi Granth Sahib, and then there are other works as well. Second in importance is the Dasam Granth, which is a collection of writings attributed to Guru Gobind Singh, who is the 10th and last spiritual leader of the Sikhs. One of the reasons why Sikhs take the last name Singh is in honor of this last guru. So all men will take on the last name Singh. So I don't know if you have a neighbor or someone that you work with the last name Singh. When they do, they are a Sikh. Okay? So Dasam Granth is just a short title for Dasam Granth, or the Book of the 10th Emperor. It has hymns, philosophical writings, Hindu mythological tales, autobiography, erotic fables, written in a variety of languages. Other sacred texts have writings on, the Guru Nanak that I mentioned earlier, manuals, works about other gurus, etc. Also, lives as warriors. Now, one of the things why, part of those 5 Ks is that kirtan, the sword that people carry, is because it's not like they're violent and, they want to kill people with their knives, but it represents protection of the innocent. It represents that part of the Sikh code is to protect those who cannot protect themselves. So it doesn't necessarily represent violence, and it doesn't represent killing. It represents safety. So that's just a kind of a side note. Okay, where do they worship? It's called the Gurdwara. The Golden Temple obviously is the most important one that you have over here. This is not only the house of worship, but also its langur, or communal refectory. So part of many holidays, rites, and rituals is the sharing of a meal too. Just like every religion has a communal sharing of a meal, we have communion in Christianity. Judaism has the Passover Seder. There's always like a central idea of sitting down and sharing. That's a very community-oriented, activity. The Adi Granth Sahib has to be present at the Gurdwara, and everyone comes into the house of worship with their head covered, with bare feet, and this is out of respect. And then the first thing you do is you place your forehead to the floor before the Adi Granth Sahib. Worship consists of singing hymns from the scripture, obviously a lot of stuff that's dedicated to God and the glory of God and the beauty and the perfection of God, etc. And then you conclude with the Ardas, which is a set of prayers. So this is, not only are you focusing on the gods, but this actually kind of gives honor to the gurus, the divine name, all the trials and tribulations of the Khalsa, and then you respond to each cluster with a Vahi Guru, which means praise to the Guru. So you say Vahi Guru, praise to the, whatever has been said. Then at the end of the service, you have this special Khara Prasad, which is a food of wheat flour, clarified butter, and raw sugar. And you saw this in the video, how they were just like placing it in the hand, and then you're supposed to eat it, and the guy was a little turned off by it. Interestingly enough, Indian desserts and Sikh desserts and a lot of, desserts of that region have a lot of this raw sugar or honey in it. And it's actually, frankly, quite delicious. So when you go to a Sikh ceremony, you're kind of looking forward to kind of the dessert portion where you get to eat the Kara Prasad. It contained within the scriptures is a real condemnation of the caste system. Because that Guru Nanak grew up in the caste system, he understood the unfairness of it, how some people are kind of put down or disenfranchised as a result. So because of this, when you enter the Gurdwara, there's a sense of equanimity or equality there as well. So everyone has to sit in a straight line, neither ahead or behind to lay claim to higher authority. And then the Sikh langur, the sharing of the meal at the end, was actually originated as a protest against the caste system where everyone has access to food. Food is a basic necessity. Food is something everyone needs. Food is something that we share. So the Hara Prasad, when we pass it out to everyone, represents that true equality and was originally a kind of a slam against the caste system. Okay, rites and festivals. There are some rites of passage, the first one being the birth or naming ceremony. That's held in the Gurdwara, where the mother, actually, as soon as she's able to get up and bathe, gets to do this birth naming ceremony. You sing a hymn, and then whatever that random hymn is that you pick, whatever is the first letter of that hymn, that's the name that you choose. So if I were to pick something, my name is Anna, and the hymn was like all the things that he is, and that's why my name would be Anna, right? The second rite is the Anand Karaj, or the blissful union, and that is the marriage ceremony. These are very clear transitional points in your life that are supposed to be held of great importance. So when you commit yourself to another, that's pretty important. And that's why the Anand Karaj is important. The bride and the groom are required to proceed 4 times around the Guru Granth Sahib. And then there's a specific hymn that you would sing for that as well. And then the third rite, and also the most important, is the Amrit Sanskar, which is the initiation rite into the Khalsa as a active member, as a Sikh. I won't go over the details of it, but please make sure that you read it, exactly what they do. And there's a lot of kind of commitments to rules and regulations that you do as an active member of the Khalsa. And I would watch this video, which describes exactly, someone going through the Amrit Sanskar. The fourth rite, of course, is the funeral ceremony. So it's birth, marriage, entrance into as an active Sikh, and then your funeral one. Festivals, there are 8 major festivals. Frequently, it's a very public event, a lot of festival marching into a parade, and then ultimately all culminating at the Gurdwara. The Gurparabs, or events commemorating important incidents in the lives of the gurus, such as birthdays of Nanak or Gobind Singh. Some Gurdwaras actually highlight certain gurus over another. So it's not like it's the same festivals and stuff at every single Gurdwara. Some of them might really, really elevate, Gobind Singh. Of course, everyone is like celebrates the birthday of Guru Nanak. That's a given. But there were 10 gurus. So some Gurdwaras may highlight the readings of one over another. So it really does differentiate wherever you go. The installation of the Guru Granth Sahib in the Gurdwara, when it first comes in, that's another festival. The Vaisakhi is a New Year festival. It seems like every religion seems to have a New Year's thing. The Diwali is actually a Hindu festival that the Sikhs have kind of incorporated into their religious calendar. But in their case, Diwali is not this festival of lights, which it is for Hinduism, but actually commemorates the release of Guru Hargobind from imprisonment by the Mughal emperor, one of those 10 gurus. So they actually have it affiliated with a particular historical event and not just Festival of Lights, which is what Diwali is in Hinduism. And then the last one, Hola Mahalla, which is held the day after the Hindu festival of Holi, Hola, Holi, same, right, was established by Gobind Singh as an alternative to Holi. And it was originally, observed with displays of martial skills and mock battles and stuff. But it essentially is like the Sikhs' version of Holi, which is a Hindu holiday. Okay, that's it. You know about what they believe in, who was the founder, different rites and festivals that they have, where they worship, what's their text like. So I think you kind of have the basic nuts and bolts of what Sikhism is. Just make sure that you are familiar with this PowerPoint, because there is no Smith chapter on this for the test. The test will be on Confucianism and Sikhism. Okay? All right. I look forward to reading your material. Bye.